There are two elements to it. One is to inspire the public, get people excited about our future in space, and get people fired up about the future. There are so many things to worry about, so many things to be concerned about. There are many troubles in the world, of course, and these are important, and we need to solve them. But we also need things that make us excited to be alive, that make us glad to wake up in the morning and be fired up about the future and think, yeah, the future's going to be great. And this space exploration is one of those things. And becoming a spacefaring civilization, being out there among the stars, this is one of the things that I know makes me glad to be alive. I think it makes many people glad to be alive. It's one of the best things. We're faced with a choice. Which future do you want? Do you want the future where we become a spacefaring civilization and are in many worlds and are out there among the stars, or one where we are forever confined to Earth? And I say it is the first. The critical breakthrough that's needed for us to become a spacefaring civilization is to make space travel like air travel. With air travel, when you fly a plane, you fly that plane many times. And if you had to get a new plane every time you flew somewhere, and even have two planes for a return journey, very few people could afford to fly. Or if you could use a car only once, very few people could afford to drive a car. So the critical breakthrough that's necessary is a rapidly reusable orbital rocket. You have a structure that is also incredibly mass efficient. And then that all needs to come back to the launch pad and be able to be refilled with propellant and flown again very quickly, just like an aircraft. Another key step is refilling on orbit, so that the Starship can get to orbit with, let's say, 150 tons of payload for the Moon or Mars or beyond, and then it can get tankered to fill up its propellant tanks, and so that it can depart from low Earth orbit with 1,200 tons of propellant. This is a very big thing. Your delta velocity is enough to transport 150 tons to the surface of the Moon or Mars. This is I think the most inspiring thing that I've ever seen, and I'd just like to thank the SpaceX team and the suppliers and the people of Boca Chica and Brownsville. Thank you for your support, and just like, wow, what an incredible job by such a great team to build this incredible vehicle. The first rocket we designed was the Falcon 1, which was that guy right there.
3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Stage separation.
Separation confirmed.
It was actually our fourth launch, and if that launch had not succeeded, SpaceX, that would have been the end of SpaceX. That was all. I'd run out of money. There were no more investors. And that would have been it. So if that fourth launch had not succeeded, that would have been curtains. But fortunately, fate smiled on us that day, and we made it to orbit. Earlier, I was talking about how Starship enters and how it's controlled. It's quite different from anything else. It's really falling, and so we're doing a controlled fall. So with a rocket, you're actually trying to brake. As opposed to, you're trying to create drag instead of lift. It's really the opposite of an aircraft. You want the most amount of drag that you can produce. There you go, see? Same thing. Look better with the hand? Okay. But it'll look totally nuts to see that thing land. Yeah, yeah, that'd be crazy. Wow.
Well, I'm trying to make sure that our rate of innovation increases, it does not decrease. This is really essential. In fact, if we do not see something close to an exponential improvement in our rate of innovation, we will not reach Mars.
It's been years, since it was first spoken about. And we're like, no way, SpaceX coming here? No, that's going to be insane. And then the first truckload of dirt arrived, and it was like reality. Like, oh my God, this really is going to happen. But at that time, it wasn't Starship or BFR. It was the Falcon, right? It's like, oh, cool, we get to see Falcon fly. That's going to be rad. I don't think there's any Falcons coming here. Now it's this monster spaceship that's going to Mars.
I look at it, I've been watching it since the beginning, just ring by ring being built and all the testing and changes that have happened. And then now to see, the stacked Starship out there. And I grew up watching all the shuttle launches and on TV, not in person, never have been to one, but I'm gonna get to witness my very first true flight. The anticipation is crazy. I look at it and it's just like, I get the jitters and I'm get all excited. And it was cool as a mom to see something that is gonna change the future of your community, in a big way.
But SpaceX's lack of experience bothers some NASA legends, like Apollo astronauts Neil Armstrong and Gene Cernan. They've testified to Congress that the Obama administration's drive to commercialize space could compromise safety and eventually cost the taxpayers.
Those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
1,400 engineers and skilled technicians work here, building engines, rockets, space capsules, creating mostly from scratch the thousands of components that are the guts of a rocket. did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
I think I've learned a lot of lessons about how to make things go fast, and then I've propagated those lessons to the SpaceX team, and there's just like an incredibly talented, hardworking team at SpaceX. Yeah. If a design is taking too long, the design is wrong, and therefore the design must be modified to accelerate progress.
Right.
One of the most fundamental errors made in advanced development is to stick to a design even when it is very complicated, and to not strive to delete parts and processes.
Right.
If somebody can explain, like, wow, there is a way to make your design better, this is a gift.
Right.
I would be like, thank you for this great gift. Wow, this is awesome. It's definitely, like, the worst thing would be, like, we want to do some dumb design and stick with our dumb design.
Right.
3, 2, 1, ignition. We got liftoff.
I do think what this heralds really is fundamentally a new era in spaceflight, a new era in space exploration. We're going to go to the moon. We're going to have a base on the moon. We're going to send people to Mars, and make life multiplanetary. And I think this day heralds a new age of space exploration.
And the sun.